Like feel it. Like,
I don't want to cry. That's
Nah.
I thought I wasn't necessarily cry, but
yeah.
We can.
if you are the voice for other women that may have went through this and they want
I was over this.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You are the
I
voice.
said it right.
It's okay, yeah. You the voice.
I said it.
And it's
Remember
okay.
I think I said it right.
I don't
Just
mind.
don't speak to it. This is your life.
I said, yo, it's gonna. When you
All right,
talk
all right,
about
all right,
it,
ready.
it's happening.
Boy, listen, I know how we got here, but where do we start? I was like, boy. All right, no, but for real. For real. I know how we got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, where do we start? I think the most important thing that we need to start from is how challenging it was for us to become parents. Like, I think that was by far one of the most challenging, journeys for us. I think that parenthood was very important for us.
Yes.
And for many,
Yes.
to say the least. But for us, it wasn't easy. Like, we started off having a stillborn.
Yeah.
And
March 2019.
yeah. So we basically had we had a stillborn.
Yes.
I had to give birth at 20 weeks and 6 days. That was very challenging. It was hard. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about the perspective of it, like how
it was
the decision you had to make.
it was challenging because one, here it is. This is our first time having a child together, and we're feeling that we did it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this was
We're married.
Mm-hmm. This is not out of wedlock, and then boom, something that we didn't even know about. A tragedy just struck, within your body that you wasn't even aware of.
Have fibroids. A
You
lot
have
of black women
fibroids,
have that.
and when 85% of Black and Spanish women have fibroids, so we had no knowledge of that, and so for it to be for the event to happen that the way that it did, sitting there with the NICU and they giving me an option, if we try to keep the child. Because of what may happen bleeding wise, I'm not a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They said you may not be able to have children ever again, or just
So
let
that
the
was
child,
hard.
just let it play out and let nature take its course and allow him to pass. So it was such a tragedy to happen so early because we were on cloud nine.
Mm-hmm.
We were excited to have a child, and it was really, to me, it was more so I was hurt for you because I know that you wanted to give me a child.
Yes, I did. And then to top it off, so we go through that, and then now we have a miscarriage, and I'm just like, okay, so is my body not going to do what it's supposed to do?
Yes.
Like, what's happening? I never experienced this stuff, before, and I know that it was, I do believe that it was an attack from the enemy. I feel like, we know the scripture says the wages of sin is death, right?
Yes.
So not death in the sense of like natural death, but like you have to pay for the things that you do.
Exactly. We over here condemning ourselves. I was over here like, you know what, God, is this punishment? Is this your judgment?
Like, is this your judgment
decisions
for the
I made
things
in
that
the
we
past?
made? Yeah.
Is this her punishment?
Yes.
And so we were so hard on ourselves because we didn't know how to deal with this.
Yes.
And God really had to stretch his hand out and really carry us through.
Yes.
Because we really didn't have any solutions.
No.
We couldn't blame each other. We
tried.
which caused issues
Yes.
in our marriage. But this was simply like God really had to carry us.
Yes.
In that most
it was
difficult
definitely
time.
Like, cast your cares about me.
Yeah.
Cast your cares upon me, because at the end of the day, like, his burden is light, his yoke is easy, and we had to just give it to him because I truly didn't know what I was going to do. And then, okay, boom. So now we have this stillborn, and then now I have a miscarriage, and now, okay, God is blessing us again. I get pregnant again, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, this is my rainbow baby. Like, this is it. We're all excited. And I'll never forget that day we went to go get our sonogram.
Yeah.
It was the day before our video shoot.
Yep.
And I just want to say, like, for the record, I love you, y'all. Like, I gotta say that. And the reason why I gotta say that is because I will never forget that day. Like, we were there, and they told us, like, something is wrong with the baby's heart. We gotta send you out for other testing. And I was just I felt discouraged. I felt defeated. And I remember you said, the enemy did this to us too many times. Like, we're not letting it happen again.
That's right.
We're going to move forward. We're going to celebrate this baby like he's completely healthy. I mean, and they told us everything. He was gonna die. He wasn't gonna make it. Like,
he would have Down syndrome.
All kind of stuff. I mean,
they thought we were crazy. They thought we were crazy, for still wanting to have this child because they said because of what we went through prior, that
they told us to
we'll be foolish. Yeah, we should try again. That you should have an abortion. And they thought I was crazy because I'm asking dumb questions like, "Well, will he be able to play basketball?" And they're looking at me like, "You're not getting it, sir. So like do you need someone to talk to?"
He don't have a half heart. Like,
yeah,
what you mean basketball? Like we talking about quality of life here. Like,
you see, but we realize in life that God has the final say.
Yeah, and He is the great physician.
Yes,
and at the end of the day, I just thank God for your spiritual maturity in that moment, because I was not the woman that I am today. So you being spiritually mature allowed us to be able to navigate through that. And I just feel like it's so important. Having you in that moment was very essential for me, because I felt defeated. I felt like, like this is it. Like, I don't know.
And that is a natural feeling to have, but we have to realize, and I know my bishop, he watches this, he always says, a man's extremities is God's opportunity.
Yes.
And when it went beyond us, that was God's opportunity to really show how much, he can do, how much that we can't handle it, he can handle it. And so.
And I remember, I don't want to cut you off, but I remember when, going through that process, I used to ask myself, like, why me?
Yes.
Until one day God was like, why not you?
Why not?
Why not you? Like, why are you? I would not give you anything more than you can bear.
Yeah.
I'm giving you this because I know that you can handle it. And I know, and I remember, but when RJ was born, I was like, I don't want to share this testimony. I don't want to share this because I feel like, I'm tired of people feeling sorry for me. Like, this is like baby number 3. Like, something is wrong again. Like, you get what I'm saying? But I'm so glad that I was obedient to the Lord to share that testimony and just to be vulnerable in that moment, because I remember there was a woman that I didn't even know from like North Carolina. She found me on Facebook, and Facebook is not like Instagram per se. Like, it takes hard, it's harder for people to find you. And she found me, and because of RJ's testimony, her baby's alive today. Like, they told her the same thing, like abort and all of this stuff. And I'm just so grateful for just for you. I just want to say I love you.
I love you too, because you're the strongest person I know.
No,
and no, I'm not just saying that because we on the cameras and stuff like that. As men, sometimes we really don't understand the strength women have. They're trying to do things to please us, to respect us, and this type of person that they have to be to keep us. And to see that here it is, you're trying to do something, and not that you didn't want to have a child with me,
no, I wanted
but you really wanted to.
I was like, what's wrong with my life?
What's wrong with you? But that's the beauty of God. Like, he'll allow us to question ourselves so we can seek Him. And sometimes, questioning yourself and asking yourself questions is what leads you to God. And I'm just happy that, it led you to God, and we were able to see the outcome. We have a beautiful 19 month old child. Yeah, he got a half a heart, but
he's not. Listen, he didn't just survive.
Yes.
He actually thrived. He's thriving.
He's thriving.
So to God be the glory for that. And I'm just so grateful, because I truly believe that that situation per se, RJ, really like shifted my walk with God and just everything. Like, I had no other. Like, there was nobody that could fix it. Like, the doctors, of course, I love the team. He has a great team. They helped him, but it was nothing. Like, it was literally God had the final say on this. Like,
because if we would have had the answers, then we would have no reason to trust God. And sometimes that's what builds our relationship, with God, and what we try to show people daily, that just because you're in a hopeless situation doesn't mean you're in a helpless situation. And so, when God steps in, in those hopeless situations, now you have to pray to Him. Now you have to seek Him, because there comes a time where there's no words. We heard it all. People were prophesying, people were talking to us. We have a lot of smart people in our lives, a lot of educated people, a lot of doctors. But this particular situation, there was nothing but God that was our solution.
And there were times that my prayer was just Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. You gotta fix it. Because I don't know what to do.
And even the toughest thing, and not to make it, about me, but it was hard for me as a preacher. I'm preaching victory. I'm preaching hope. I'm preaching, you will survive. Mm-hmm. And deep down on the inside, I'm like, God, I need you myself because I don't know the outcome. Mm-hmm. And I want to tap into something, baby, that you said, that you mentioned actually, like, why your body. And, what's wrong with your body. Right. And I want to just take this moment for you to just educate, because I'm a man, but we probably have some listeners that don't know the difference between a miscarriage and a stillborn. Like, what is the difference as a woman?
Right. So that's very important. So thank you for asking that. So a stillborn, what we have with baby water was basically like, I had to give birth to a baby that was like actually pushed out a baby that was not alive. Like, so he was not going to make it. We knew that. Yeah. So when he was born, he was not alive. So that is what a stillborn is. So yeah, the whole nine, we push in everything. The second thing that I went through, and the reason for that was because I had fibroids. So woman, I'm telling you right now,
yes,
Black women of color specifically, because a lot of us lack vitamin D. It's very essential and very important that you guys go get checked when you're planning to go have children or anything of a sort, because we do have a lot of women, 85% of African American women suffer from fibroids, and sometimes they don't interfere with pregnancy, but in my case it did. It was on my cervix, so it basically tricked my cervix into...
You had like discomfort.
Yes, I did. I had a lot of pain, heavy bleeding and stuff like that. Yeah. So it basically tricked my cervix into thinking that I was giving birth, and that's what put me into preterm labor. So that's really important to check out. And a miscarriage, which what I experienced after having the stillborn, was basically when I was probably about like 8 weeks. And my doctor said it had nothing to do at that time with my fibroids, but just more so usually when that happens, it could be for a multitude of reasons, whether you have an incompetent cervix, which, that's something that you have to like discuss with your doctor, or in my case, it was just that something could have been wrong with the baby. So if something is not forming properly, the baby just like disposes of itself like earlier on before it's actually like a fetus, like an actual baby. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And then I ended up going for fibroid surgery to get my fibroids removed. And and that's how I was able to conceive RJ. The doctor even said he don't even know how I even got pregnant with baby boy. So like that was a miracle in itself. So that being a miracle in itself and going through what we went through, I know that it was God's divineness in order of us having to go through that, because that was a staple in our relationship and marriage, just to be who we are today and to even, like have this qualification of being like, yo, like we stood the test of time.
Yeah, and that's why we have the resume to talk to you guys today. We not here to just give you guys a bunch of fabricated sayings and cliches, but our resume, well, really our testimony for what God has done. I guess that makes us eligible to have this podcast to talk to you guys.
Listen, now we got 2 beautiful sons, and it's so crazy because I feel like I'm at that weird polar opposite. Like one is 18, 19 months, and one is about to be 19.
Imagine the advice I gotta give. I'm walking one into childhood and the other one into manhood. So I'm over here changing the pamper while over here showing the other one how to pay some bills. Mm-hmm. So it's so different, you know what I'm saying, in our household. Right. But I love every minute of it. And we got to tell that story about when Mikey was 10.
Nah, I think we got to save that for the episode. That's the episode. I can't even believe that you really didn't tell me that.
Yo, listen, man. You try to swing on me, and I had to put him in an old school dope fiend. But we'll talk about that another time.
No. Did he uppercut you?
Nah, he didn't catch me. All
right. You talking too much. We're going to save it for the episode. Listen, that next episode is going to be crazy. Yeah. Y'all going to know, it got crazy. So please come back. I hope y'all come back. I hope y'all join us. We thank you. We love y'all for y'all support. Yes. And we could not do this without y'all, so thank you.
And I know our first one, we told you your prayer assignment was your introduction. And now our next prayer assignment for you guys is trust in God's hand.
Yes.
Even in the most darkest, scariest moment. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Listen, y'all gotta have faith. You have to trust God. My name is Kianna.
And I'm Reggie O.
And we are the L's.
Meet the O's, baby.
And this is For the Kingdom podcast.
For the Kingdom. Let's do it.